This game 4 for aquatics. Richard Kaczynski poolside with the Greenwich faithful and our new friends from Australia for this 4th match. Greenwich Aquatics versus the national team of Australia. It's 86 degrees, and with the heat index, it actually feels like it's 92. Boys are rested, cooled down, and we're looking forward to 28 minutes of some fine water polo. Greenwich coming off a 18-0 win versus Diablo earlier today. And according to the bracket, Aquatics will be playing tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern, for those of you who have seen the U.S. Club Champs brackets. Okay, the boys are out of the water, and some words of advice from Coach Jamie that have served them well so far undefeated in this tournament. Bring you all the live action poolside. We're moments away from the start. Greenwich Aquatics 18U versus Australia's national team 18U. The Australian boys are from all over the country. We talked to a young man from Albury, Australia, which is on the border of New South Wales and Victoria. And with that, the Aussies are ready. Aquatics will bring it in. And Aquatics is ready. Let me give you the lineup as I notice for this 4th match. We got the boys. Some of the boys are going to get some shade. Over the side, we see John Magda Kalitsa, Connor Ohl, JP Ohl, Jack Delane, Changar Bartusik, and Tyler Fahey, along with Coach Jamie. In the water, looks like our lead swimmer will be Kaczynski, cap 6, followed by Sogard, followed by Ewald, Miele in goal, Chase Wilson, Luke Nelson, and Ryan Ohl on the weak side. 4 quarters, 7 minutes each. And fun day for water polo. Glad you could join us. And the refs are getting ready. The fans are ready. And Kaczynski will lead us off. And off they go. The first quarter. Kaczynski will take it. And Aquatics comes out strong for the start. Ewald, ordinary, he'll back off. Over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski, graduating senior, Sogard. Back to Nelson. Nelson to Kaczynski. Kaczynski in the hole to Wilson. Wilson, bear claw. That'll go just wide. Thank you, AN, for the quality check from Connecticut. Appreciate it. Australia now take the ball into play. They'll distribute. Up they come, up to the center. First time these boys have met each other. So let's see. Engaging is Ewald. Back in, engaging Ryan Ole. Ole into the hole. Luke Nelson, great job. Changing control. Now we'll go back the other way. Mealy will distribute. Mealy over to Ewald. Ewald. Ordinary. Ewald backs off over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski back to Sogard. Sogard. And exclusion, man up now. Greenwich 6-on-5. First period, 5:52 to play. No score. Kaczynski, Nelson, Ole, Kaczynski, Sogard, Nelson, Ole. In the hole to Wilson. Beautiful. Chase Wilson just from the outside. Make it 1-0. Draw first blood at 5:39 first period. Ryan Ole to Chase Wilson and score. Australia reset. And Australia now bring the ball the other way. Sogard, Ole, coming across. Sogard, top of your screen, in the center. And Kaczynski's there, offensive foul. And we'll go back the other way. Mealy distributes up to Kaczynski. Kaczynski will swim it up. Looking around, sees Sogard. Sogard looking to get the ordinary. Back to Kaczynski. Kaczynski will chase it down. Ordinary. Bring it back into play. Comes across to Ole. Ole with a backhand! Finds the back of the net. 2-0. 5 minutes. Ole on the backhand. Quick flick on the assist from Kaczynski. Australia put in a fresh body. 1-1. Sorry, it should be 2-1. Diane, watch that scoreboard. Score is off. It should be 2-0. Correct. Scoreboard is incorrect. Luke Nelson. Nelson. In the hole is Ewald. You've got now Kaczynski on D. He'll back off. They'll shoot. Mealy will block it. Oh, Ewald there. And we've got Kaczynski comes up with a steal. And they'll come across. Mealy. Mealy will distribute to Ewald. Ewald looking across over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski looking. Pressure being applied. Ordinary. Over to Sogard. Sogard, ordinary. 4:17 to go. First period in the center to Ole over the top. And a little bit of this and that. Ole obviously showing it. A physical game already. And we're just in the first period. Australia take the ball up. In the center, we got Ewald and Nelson. Ole is there. Whistle. It was a penalty. That score will not count. The scoreboard's still not right. They didn't count that. Scoreboard! There we go. Thank you. Scoreboard's right. 2-0. Ewald, Nelson in the hole. Ball around. Looking. Mealy with a beautiful block. That'll knock it out. And Australia will take it in from the 2. 3:51 to go, first period. Referee will set. We'll get a cap fix, and we'll get back to play. Glad you could join us. Full house here. Looks like we got a full house of you joining. Glad you could make it. Allison, if you could let me know how the sound is, that would be helpful too. Australia bring the ball in. Across the pool, both teams at full strength. Ewald, Nelson, and Wilson. Shot goes over the crossbar. Now Greenwich should go the other way. 3:37 to go, first period. This is going to be a good game. Mealy, Kaczynski. Kaczynski. Exclusion, man up now for Australia. 6-on-5, that's how Greenwich likes it at 3:23 to go, 2-0. Ole over to Sogard. Will they capitalize quickly? So get across to Nelson. Nelson looking, winds up. Nelson back to Ole. Ole skips it in to make it 3-0. 3:12 to go. Substitutions on the Team Australia. And Australia will now reset. We welcome you to this non-commercial broadcast from Corona High School, Corona, California, U.S. Club Champs. Greenwich Aquatics in white caps versus Australia's national team in the dark caps. Australia defending the western goal, Greenwich defending the eastern goal. Chase Wilson engaging. Ordinary, he backs off. In the hole, set D is Ewald. And you've got Ewald and Kaczynski. And Kaczynski comes away and swipes it out. And now they'll go back on a reset. And Greenwich holds Australia scoreless at 2:50. 3 to go. Miele looks up the pool. Distributes to Ewald. Ewald across the pool to Sogard. Ole calling for it. And it was an offensive foul. I think that was 2-meter violation. And now Australia will bring it back into play. Australia swim it up. Australia over, looking to shoot. And Australia puts the one on to make it 3-1 at 2:28 to go in the first period. Greenwich will now reset. Let's go, Greenwich! Greenwich Aquatics, reset. In the water, Luke Nelson, Ryan Ole, William Ewald, Chase Wilson, Vilas Sogard, Charlie Kaczynski, Ryan Miele in goal. And I want to apologize to William Ewald. I've been calling him Thomas all day yesterday. Thomas, we miss you, and we hope you are well. Kaczynski in the hole to Wilson, as they've done so many times before, and Wilson capitalizes now, man up a penalty, and looks like Wilson draws the penalty, and Ewald will take the shot. Sorry, Ole will take the shot. Ryan Ole will go left side, and that will make it 4-1. 2:15 to go, first period, live from Corona, California. Greenwich Aquatics versus Australia national team, 18U. Wilson. Australia, Luke Nelson down in the corner, battling. Back to center play. Got in the hold set. William Ewald got his work cut out for him today. The feed. Ryan Ole puts his right paw on it, knocks it. Nelson and Ewald were there to knock back to Miele. Ryan Miele having a great tournament. Over to William Ewald. Ewald looking. He'll go. Nope. Ordinary. He'll have to back off. His feed into Wilson. Wilson looking, trying to get a hand on exclusion. Wilson draws another foul. And it will go to Ryan Ole. 6 up. And Ryan we're back live. So if someone can text me live right now and let me know if you can see this, that would be helpful. It is so hot here that the phone just ceased to work. So someone's live. Diane, if you could text Susan, ask Susan to go back to the feed and text me. Let me know it's working. Yeah, we're back live. Yep, it's back live. You can post on WhatsApp. Actually, feed is live again. Sogard. Okay, great. We're good. We're good, Diane. You don't have to do anything. Great. Okay, we're back live. Sogard over to Fahey. Fahey, nice job. It is so hot here that stuff is melting. Ryan Ole, sorry with the angle Ryan scores. Apologize for the technical errors. It's hot and we can't really see where we are. Let me catch you up. 5:47 to go, second period of play. We just started, 6-2. Ryan Ole just scored. And I'm sorry, I've got the signals are all off. My tripod's messed up. It's like country music song over here. Okay, Chase Wilson will engage. Vilas Sogard engaging. Australian possession. Shot will go right side. Greenwich gives one more up to make it 3-6. 5:30 to go in the second period. So Greenwich will reset. In the water is Nelson, Ole, Ewald, Wilson, Sogard, and Connor Ole. Sogard with the ball. Looks like I'm going to have the referee block. Referee. That might be a little bit of a challenge. We'll see what happens here. Referee not happy, apparently. That's a first. Ball over. And shot by Wilson. And goalie just able to stop it. 5 minutes to go, 6-3. Ryan Ole applying pressure. Looking as they're going to try to wind it up again. Going across. Ewald rolls over. Ordinary. And Greenwich is giving as much as they're getting. Great job by Luke Nelson. Luke the Albatross. His left arm just goes up and brings that one down. Melee will now come back up. Melee. Over to Connor Ole. In the water. Connor Vilas. Over to the side. Referee right in the way. But Ryan Ole makes that one count. And it'll make it 7-3. Nice job by Ryan. Now Australia will reset. And we're back. Greenwich back in play. It's not a great optimal spot here. Okay. Ewald in D against the defender. Melee, and that'll be a 5 meter. Can't do that. The angle of the sun here is just not great. Okay. Melee. And Australia will put that one in. And looks like we've got Kaczynski back in. And he will give Connor Ole a break. Greenwich will reset. Luke Nelson, Ryan Ole, Chase Wilson, Ewald with the ball, Charlie Kaczynski, and Sogard. Over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski. Ordinary. He'll go to Sogard. Sogard looking. Over to Ole. Ole, the shot. Bounces back. Australia looking to try to make the fast break. Try to go up on the side. And in the hole is William Ewald. And exclusion, man up for Australia. Working the ball around. In the hole, Ewald. Nelson. Applying pressure. Wilson. Off the crossbar. Lucky bounce for Aquatics. 7-4. 3:19 to go in the second period. And Melee will distribute. Greenwich will look to get free. They'll go to Sogard, who's back in. Sogard down to Ewald. Ewald looking. Over to Kaczynski. Coming across. Over to Ole. Clock coming down, winding. Free shot. Greenwich gets it again. New shot clock, fresh ball. Ole over to Nelson, blocked. And now we'll go back the other way. In defensive position, Ewald, Kaczynski, and Ole. Ball going over, looking to shoot. Nelson, Ryan Ole, Kaczynski, just getting in the way, causing disruption. And now Mile will pick the ball back up. I'm glad you guys are back. Sorry about the technical glitch earlier. It's so hot here, the phone just melted. Ryan Ole. Ryan Ole with the ball. Ryan will come across over to Ewald. Ewald in the center to Wilson. It's hard to see. Okay, here, take that. Thanks.
That was from Tom.
Got it. Thank you, Tom. It's hard to see. Thanks, Tom. Trying to get what we can. Across the pool, we have a cap free. Is that better? Tell Richard to zoom out. Okay, hopefully that's okay. Let me know if it's good. And ball back. Ewald in defensive position. Ole is in the hole. And great stop by Aquatics. And now we'll go back, and coming in the water now is Changor. All right, someone can let me know. Okay, it's great. Thank you, Tom. Real-time adjustment from our booth. Ewald, William bringing the ball up. William looking. 1:10 to go. Second period, score 7-4. And I'm going to try to give you guys a view. Timeout taken. So earlier, the referee not happy with Greenwich Aquatics commentary from the coach, which is unusual. Tell him we cannot see what? I can't see the text. Sorry guys, I broadcast, and if there's any other commentary, someone can text me again.
Feedback is that they can't see me, so it's, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. Okay, got the feedback. Thank you guys. And I need a referee that's like narrower. Tell him to, whatever they're, can you give me somebody just sent another text that says tell him to what? I saw the Melee thing. Somebody just texted something else.
Tell them we cannot see Melee.
Okay.
Tell them to zoom out.
Okay. The trade-off is see Melee versus seeing the field of play. But okay, got it. Thank you guys for the feedback. I totally appreciate it. And I, as a viewer myself, I can appreciate the request. All right. 7-4, 1:05 to go in the second period. Ewald, Changor to Luke, change in control. I believe that was a 2-meter. Working up, 50 seconds to go, 7-4. Australia, long pass, looking in the center. You got Changor there. Nice job by Changor, the rising senior. Greenwich. Now Melee will distribute the ball. We'll go up to Sogard. Sogard looking. Ordinary. Sogard out swimming. Wilson in the center, just getting completely drowned. And now 12 seconds. Timeout taken by the coach at 12 seconds left. We have a live mic, so I'm going to hold my critique. And Aquatics will take advantage of that. That seems to be a local rule off the lane line. Okay, timeout taken. 12 seconds left on the clock. 7-4. That's Australia with the ball. And I will zoom out. Australia is setting something up. Shot taken, Melee blocks it. Diane, what did someone say? I don't know, whatever. I can't, just so folks know, if you text Diane, because I can't see anything, guys. It's bright, and I don't have my glasses on. 2 meter. 1.7 seconds left. 7-4. Aquatics leads by 3. Referees getting tight, getting square with their setup. 2 seconds. And that's it. Blocked by Wilson. And that'll wrap up the second quarter, where the boys will switch sides. Aquatics leads by 3, 7-4. James Walker. Awesome job. I'm better. Okay. Yeah, I'm better now. Thanks, James. Aquatics. Again, 7-4. We're going into the third period. Aquatics has switching sides, and we're gonna go on mute for a bit, and we'll be right back from hot Corona, California. All right, Greenwich, ready to go in the third period. And Aquatics getting in. I'll let you know who's in the water. Looks like we're going to have Ryan Ohl lead the swim off. Followed by, Luke Nelson will lead the swim off, followed by Ryan Ohl, Chongor Bartusek, Ryan Mealy, Jack Delane, Charlie Kaczynski, and Vilas Sogard. Ohl takes it. Luke Nelson takes it over to Ryan Ohl. Bartusek with the ball. Bartusek looking to get the open man, goes to Kaczynski. Kaczynski over to Sogard. Sogard in the hole to Delane. Delane battling. Beautiful job by the rising senior, Jack Delane. Got to be happy about that one. Lovely, lovely play. So that'll make it 8-4, the beginning of the third period, 6:43 to go. Scanning back here. Approaching will be Delane. He's in for Wilson in set. 6:35, 8-4. Sogard engaging. Over. Kaczynski on D. Holding, blocking. Delane to cover. Luke Nelson. Beautiful play by Aquatics. And now we'll go back the other way. 8-4, 6:21 to go. Miele distributes up to Kaczynski. Kaczynski over to Sogard. Sogard in the center to Delane. No whistle. All good. And now Australia will distribute. Up the pool they go. Ryan Ole is there. 8-4, 5:59 to go, third period. Jack Delane in D, pushing, applying pressure. Offensive foul, changing control. Now Greenwich will go back the other way. Delane is there. We've got Sogard. Miele will take the ball. Miele will distribute. 5:36 to go, third period. Ball up to Luke Nelson, top of the pool. Luke Nelson looking, goes across to Ryan Ole. Ryan Ole clearing a path. Back to Nelson, ordinary foul. Nelson looking for the open man. Shot clock comes close, and Nelson with a beautiful shot. Cross cage from the other side of the pool to make it 9-4. Luke Nelson looking like he was going to dump it, and he just launched it in. He did that yesterday, bounced off the far post in. Australia will reset. Beautiful play by Luke Nelson. Luke, the freshman at USC. Sogard will engage. Up and over. Ryan Ole will engage. In the hole is Bartusek and Nelson and Kaczynski battling. Exclusion. Man up for Australia. 5:01 to go. Australia shoots and scores. They capitalize. And in comes Fahey, cap 11. 4:57 to go. 9-5. Greenwich leads by 4. In the water, Fahey, Vilas Sogard, Jack Delane, Shangar Bartusek, Ryan Ole, Luke Nelson, in goal Miele. Bartusek, the rising senior from Greenwich. They'll dump it up. You got to give the Australians credit for their coverage. They are tight. Nelson looking. Nelson over to Bartusek. Ordinary foul, free shot for him. Over to Nelson, into Ole. Ole looking to turn the player. Ole shoots off the chest of the goalie. No whistle, but Greenwich changes direction. And now we'll go back the other way. 4:34 to go, third period. Lob shot, and Australia capitalizes on it to make it 9-6. 4:27 to go. Third period. Tom, if you could text Diane and let us know how the coverage is, if the angle is good. Okay, got it. Thank you. Out we go. So feedback appreciated. Greenwich resets in the water. Fahey, Bartusek, Delane. Wilson is back at full set. Ryan Ole, Luke Nelson. Bartusek with the ball, up the pool to Fahey. Ordinary on Fahey. Fahey looking, who's he going to distribute to? He's got nothing but blue water. Fahey looks across, just high. And shot clock, 6 seconds. And Wilson! He'll make it count, make it 10-6. Nice job. Luke Nelson to Chase Wilson at 4 minutes, 10-6. Again, Fahey, Wilson, Delane, Bartusek, Ole, and Nelson. Miele in goal. Australia with the ball. Ball under. And Greenwich now will go the other direction. Fahey's got a lead. Miles with the ball. Fahey was wide open. Now Fahey will come and get the ball, hold on to it. Fahey looking to turn his player. Fahey just battling it out. Over to Delane. It's blocked. Oh, 3:29 to go, third period, 10-6. Beautiful job. Nice effort by Fahey and Delane. 3:20, 10-6, third period. Delane. Fahey now will apply pressure. Ordinary foul. Over to Luke Nelson, backhander. That pays out, and that will narrow the gap. 10-8. 3 minutes to go, third period. Greenwich resets. Bartusek with the ball. Nelson looking. In the center, feeds Wilson. Exclusion, man up for Greenwich now. 6 on 5. Wilson back to Bartusek. Over to Fahey. Fahey across the pool to Nelson. Nelson to Ole. Ole to Bartusek. Over shot by Bartusek. Blocked. 2:41 to go. 10-7. Third period. Still a tight game. Australia will bring the ball up. Exclusion. Man up for Australia. They'll capitalize in 1 second. Didn't even wait. And now it's 10-8. Scoreboard, 10-8. Scoreboard is incorrect. Score is 10-8. Let's go, guys. Get it right. 2:26 to go, third period, 10-8. Australia is clawing back. And 10-8, not 11-8. 10-8. If you're just joining, which a couple of you are, we're at 2:26 to go in the third period. The score is 10-8. Greenwich Aquatics in the white caps, defending the western goal. Australia defending the eastern goal. 2:26 to go in the third period. Referees are doing a quick check. The Greenwich faithful in the stands from Corona High School. And we're standing by while the referees sort out scoring. In the water for aquatics, from the bottom of the screen to the top, is 11, Tyler Fahey, 8, Jack Delane, 5, William Ewald, 12, Chase Wilson, 2, Ryan Ole, and 7, Luke Nelson. In goal is Ryan Mile, who's had some incredible stops this tournament. This will be the highest scoring game for a competitor against aquatics so far in this tourney. We're at a referee timeout, waiting while they go through the paperwork to sort out the scoring. Looks like we're about to get underway. Score is 10-8. The scoreboard is now correct, and we will get back to resuming play. Aquatics will take the ball up. Over to Fahey. Fahey looking. In the center is Jack Delane. Fahey with the ball. Ordinary foul. He will back up. He will look over. Looking to feed. Looking to feed. Over to Ole. Ole with the ball at the 5-meter. Feeds to Lane. Whistle. Ordinary foul. Back to Fahey. Fahey across the pool to Ole. Exclusion. Man up Greenwich. 6 on 5. Quick shot. And Ole fires it off to make it 11-8. So Greenwich quickly capitalizes on the turnover. Australia will reset. 1:58 to go, third period. Live. U.S. Club champs. Australia will take the ball in. Chase Wilson will engage. Ryan Ole. Exclusion. Now man up for Australia. You got to watch out. They'll move very, very quickly here. And it looks like coming in the water is Bartusek. Australia moving. It's Australia's advantage. 6 on 5. Wilson. Shot by Australia. 9-11. 1:32 to go in the third period. And Australia will now do a sub. And Aquatics resetting. Delane will bring it back to Bartusek. Bartusek up the pool to Fahey. Fahey, ordinary. Back over to Delane. He just can't get a hand on it. And now we'll go back the other way. Australia will distribute. 1:13 to go. Up the pool. Australia will swim it up. This is, both teams are at full strength. It was Australia looking. Nelson will apply pressure. Now Delane will apply pressure. You do a lob shot that goes off the crossbar. Wilson is there to snag it. He'll go back to melee. 47 seconds to go, third period. 9-11. Melee up to Bartusek. It's a very physical Australia team. Bartusek now, plenty of room after the ordinary foul. He'll swim up over to Luke Nelson. Luke Nelson, that is an exclusion now. Man up for Greenwich, 6 on 5. Luke Nelson, Luke looks to wind up. He'll go to Bartusek. Bartusek over to Fahey. They've got time, plenty of time on the clock. Bartusek over to Ole. Ole taking time to Wilson, and Wilson scoops it in. Wilson scoops it in. I don't know how they missed that. That was a ridiculous miss. 12 seconds to go, 11-9. That was just blind. That was a just complete blind call. Australia now will move the ball up. That's the one goal that could cause a problem. And that will wrap the third period, where Australia has clawed back from a deficit to make it a 2-point game. 1:52 to go in the period. We're going to leave the microphone on. We will scan back. That was some poor reffing, sorry, but that ball looked completely in. It's fine. Yes, it's correct. Yeah, it's correct. Score's 11-9. Going into the fourth period, Greenwich has its work cut out for them. This is anybody's game right now. 11-9. All right, Aquatics has to pick it up here. Going into the fourth quarter, our starting lineup will be Luke Nelson in lead, Ryan Ohl, Changor Bartusek, Ryan Mile, Chase Wilson, Charlie Kaczynski, and Vilas Sogard. Ryan Ohl. Ohl takes a swim off back to Nelson. Nelson takes a swim off back to, he'll go back to Bartusek. Bartusek, change in control right at the half pool, not what you want. Called by that side. Ryan Ohl quickly grabs it. Nice job. 6:44 to go in the start of the fourth period, 11-9. Over to Wilson. Sogard, 5 meter, based on a penalty, can't go over the back of the player. Ryan Ohl will take it. Ryan Ohl, as he's done so many times before. 11-9. Ohl will score it, make it 12-9. And I will scan back again. I heard Coach Jamie say play with passion earlier. Australia take the ball in. Ryan Ohl with another steal. Great job by Ryan. Wilson is there. We've got Ohl looking, Ohl getting kind of crunched over to Nelson. Nelson across the pool to Kaczynski. Kaczynski looking, feeds to Wilson. And they'll call an offensive foul. Now we'll go back the other way. 12-9, 6:02 to go. Australia distributes. Australia distributes the ball across the pool. In the hole is Bartusek. You got Ohl covering. Greenwich playing a closer game. The ball goes right in the center. Just a gift. Ohl will swim it up. And you've got Ohl and Wilson, Sogard and Kaczynski flanking, but Ohl is there. And Ohl just shoots it. It just goes over the crossbar. 12-9, 5:31 to go in the period. We could have used that gap. Australia will now take the ball in. Cross pool. Greenwich communicating for coverage. Cross the pool over. Ohl's there. Mile with a beautiful stop. And now Mile will look up the pool and distribute. 5:10 to go, fourth period, 12-9. In the water, Kaczynski, Sogard. Bartusek with the ball, up to Sogard. Ryan Ohl, Luke Nelson, Chase Wilson in the hole. Whistle, timeout for some reason. Exclusion, double exclusion. 5 and 5. 5 on 5, 12-9. Double exclusion, 5 on 5. Kaczynski with the ball, 5 on 5, over to Ohl. Ohl in the center to Wilson. Exclusion, 5 on 4. Timeout taken. Five on 4, we had exclusions. A Greenwich and an Australia player were excluded, and then an Australia player was excluded. So we're playing 5 on 4 right now. 4:48 to go, fourth period, 12-9. Greenwich having at the beginning a wide lead, now finds itself with a 3-point gap, and 4:48 to maintain that or better it. Ryan Mile with some great goalie work today. Being tested by this tough Australia squad. Greenwich now in possession of the ball. It's 5 players for aquatics are in the water to Australia's 4 players. Greenwich needs to convert to expand the gap. 4:48 to go, fourth period. Coach Jamie asking them to spread out. Widening the play, I'll widen my lens. Sogard is the bottom of your screen. Luke Nelson. Ryan Ohl. Mile will bring the ball up into play. He'll bring it up to Ohl. Ohl across to Nelson. Nelson looking. You've got in the center, Ohl looking, and he's gonna fire. It goes to Kaczynski, and Kaczynski fires it to make it 13-9. Kaczynski posting up, deadly assassin. And now Australia will bring it back. 13-9, 4:38 to go. Ryan Ole on the assist to Charlie Kaczynski. Timeout called, Australia. It's an exciting game. The best game of the tournament thus far for our boys. Glad you could join. We've got our largest hit a milestone in viewership this afternoon. And since I am in the data and analytics space, I'm going to account for what we call co-viewing. Time of day here in California, 3:50 or thereabouts. The Australia boys from long far away, from all over the country, as I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, out for this tournament, playing well. They've had some great games, some good, very good scores from them. I believe they are undefeated so far in this tournament, as is Greenwich. One player will go away the winner. Australia will take the ball into play. Again, a timeout had been called by Australia. Australia bring the ball into play. Ball over, Ryan Ole is there. In the center, Delane, Sogard, and Ewald mixing it up. Cross, they look to feed, and it goes to Ewald. The good doctor comes up with it, and he will get it to his teammate Ryan Mealy. 4:20 to go in the period. Vilas, nothing but water. Vilas looking. Vilas, no whistle. Finally a whistle called. Vilas gets the ball, freebie. Pass over to Ewald. Ole calling for it. He goes back to Sogard. Sogard looking, back to Ewald. Ewald fires it just wide. Good effort by William Ewald, the graduating senior, who's on his way to MIT next year. Australia taking the ball up. 3:54 to go, 13-9. Greenwich leads by 4. Exclusion, man up. Australia now has a man up situation. Australia looking to capitalize. And bring the ball around. And it just goes off the paw of Mealy. And Australia will make that count and convert to make it 10-13. 3:35 to go in the period. Still a very, very close game by these two squads. Greenwich will reset. Chase Wilson with the ball, followed by Ewald. Kaczynski in the weak side, followed by Sogard. They'll go over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski, the rising freshman, off to Santa Clara next year, play for the Broncos. Over to Ole. Ole fires, block, crossbar, new ball. 3:19 to go. Exclusion. Greenwich has the ball again. And looks like we have a penalty, and Greenwich will take. Oh, and Wilson makes it. That did not go in. That just did not cross the line. 3:10, 13-10. Incredible. Australia will bring the ball up. Luke Nelson jumps in, change in control. Now we'll go back the other way. Ewald with the ball. Ewald up to Wilson, places it in Wilson's hands. Wilson by himself. Ryan Ole flanking. Wilson over to Sogard. Sogard breaks it, fires it. 14-10. Great heads-up play by Chase Wilson at 2:46 to go. Very tough squads, both these teams. Australia taking the ball in. Wilson applying pressure. In the center, Ole is there. Looks like a little bit of a punch there. Kaczynski applying pressure. Ordinary. You go back into a defensive position. Ball looking to shoot it. They're trying to feed it in. You've got Ewald there. They go in and out. Sogard's there. Nelson, beautiful deflection by Nelson. The Albatross taps it out. They'll go up to Ole. 2:15 to go. 5-meter penalty, and now Ole will take that. So a penalty happened. I don't know what exactly, but there was a penalty. So that'll be a 5-meter. Ryan Ole take the shot. 2:11 to go. 14-10. Ryan Ole. Ole's going to make that count. That'll make it 15-10, 2:09 to go in the period. Australia will reset. They'll change some bodies. And that scoreboard misappropriated. It scores 15-10. 15-10. 2:09 to go in the period. Both teams battling it out. Australia, national team. Wilson, off to Pepperdine next year. Ole comes in, smile on his face. Magda Kalitsa's in. He's in D with Ewald. Good tip by Ole. Australia looking to get something in, working it around. They shoot. Miele blocks it, and Magda Kalitsa's there to hold on. And now it's a change in control. Great job by John Maggs. Miele's there. Delane is in. Ole tried to get it. Greenwich. And I guess Australia is going to keep it. Change in control. 1:30 to go, 15-10. Magda Kalitsa battling it out in set D. Australia looking. Exclusion, man up Australia, 6-on-5. And they shoot, they make that count. 15-10, battle. $1:16 to go, fourth period. Both teams battling it out. Substitution for Australia. In the water, John Magda Kalitsa, Charlie Kaczynski, Bill Ewald, Jack Delane, Luke Nelson, and Ryan Ole. Ryan Miele in goal. Ewald. We're gonna reset. We're gonna start. There we go. Jack Delane back to Ewald. Ewald swimming up. Ewald swimming. Delane is in set. Ewald across to Kaczynski. Greenwich taking its time, using the clock. Over to Ole. Ole looking, taking his time. He fires it. Delane is there. Greenwich ball, ordinary. Luke Nelson, quick to Delane, back to Nelson! And Nelson swats it in to make it 16-11. 45 seconds left. Tough competitors, both these squads. Australia will have a substitution. Kaczynski will get a break. Emil Sogard will come in. Delane will engage. Ole will engage. Working the ball across. They go in the center. Set D. Ewald is there. Oh! That's ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Ha! Okay. 27 seconds left. 16-12. That one did not look in, but apparently the referee thought otherwise. So 2 of those he missed, but this one supposedly didn't miss. Luke Nelson, 22 seconds left. Nelson back to Miele. Miele over 14 seconds. 16-12. Over to Nelson. Nelson looking. 8 seconds. 16-12. Nelson will swim it up. 3 seconds. And that will cap it. Battle royale by these two squads. Australia Aquatics. Greenwich walks away victorious, 16 to 11. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock Pacific, noon Eastern, for all the live action. From Corona, California, this is Richard Kaczynski saying farewell and have a great evening.